iPads are the new popular item across the United States, and everyone has one, except for Cartman, who is caught pretending to have one by Craig. Kyle is chased through the town and kidnapped by Apple employees, who claim their actions are legal under the newest version of the iTunes terms and conditions, which Kyle agreed to without reading. He is thrown into a prison cell with a Japanese man and a Caucasian woman. Meanwhile, Cartman embarrasses his mother, Leanne, at Best Buy, loudly accusing her of fucking him, as in fucking him over, but saying things like, "Why don't you go across the street and buy some condoms? Because we should at least be safe if you're gonna fuck me, Mom," for offering to buy him the cheaper Toshiba Handybook rather than the iPad, due to the cost of being very expensive. After he tries to get the police involved, in a rare moment of strictness, she refuses to buy him anything and takes him home instead by grounding him for his actions. At a gathering of Apple employees, Steve Jobs unveils the new product for which Kyle and the other two were kidnapped, the Humancentipad, comprising of the three kidnapped subjects on all fours, wearing only white cloths around their waists and sewn together mouth to anus. The Japanese man is in front, with an iPhone attached to his forehead. Kyle is in the middle, and the Caucasian woman is at the rear, with an iPad attached to her butt and powered by the trio's feces. Jobs intends to teach the creation to read, but becomes frustrated when Kyle continues to sign agreements that are put in front of him without reading them first. Jobs goes to great lengths to get the creation, especially Kyle, to learn read, including tricking it into believing to be rescued and brought to a hospital for its members to separate it, only to reveal that it was a simulation inside an Apple store the whole time, and it was to be put on display. Back in South Park, Gerald goes with the boys to the Apple store to seek advice from the geniuses, who, after performing several rituals, conclude that they can make Kyle's agreement void if Gerald, a PC user, signs up with Apple and creates a family account. Meanwhile, Cartman appears on the Dr. Phil show to publicly accuse his mom of fucking him. The audience takes his side despite her protests that he is lying, and as a consolation gift, he is given the first ever Humancentipad as Jobs unveils it to the public. Shortly afterward, Gerald and Apple employees confront Jobs on the scene and demand that Kyle must be released, since his agreement to the iTunes terms and conditions is no longer valid. Kyle and the two others are taken away to be separated, and Cartman, enraged at having his dream taken away so quickly, shouts at God to stop fucking him. A sudden bolt of lightning strikes him, sending him to the hospital. The last shot is Cartman lying in a hospital bed